Hi there! Today I'm visiting a beautiful country town in Australia called Daylesford. I'll walk through autumn leaves in the gardens, order lunch at a cosy cafe, and explore some interesting vintage shops around the town. You can speak along with me and use this video for shadowing practice, or you can relax and listen along. If you're new to learning English and want to see more about life in Australia, maybe you're planning to travel here, are studying here, or will move here for work, this video series will help you understand everyday English quickly through comprehensible input while exploring real places around Melbourne and Australia. PDF scripts are available to download for members of my channel, and I upload bonus videos each month that are filled with extra questions and moments for you to practice speaking English out loud. I make new videos every week, so please subscribe to see them every Sunday. Okay, let's go for a walk. I'm taking a day trip to a country town today. A day trip is when you travel somewhere for the day and return home later instead of staying overnight. I'm in a town called Daylesford in Victoria. Daylesford is around 1 hour and 40 minutes away from Melbourne by car. Most people drive here because getting here by public transport can be a little difficult and slow. But once you're here, it's a beautiful town to walk around. The town feels a little slower and quieter than Melbourne. I'm going to have a stroll through the gardens here before I get something for lunch. A stroll is a slow, relaxed walk. You stroll when you're not in a hurry. I need to walk up these stairs to get to the garden. This town can be pretty hilly. There's a small cafe at the entrance to the garden. The cafe is inside an old greenhouse. The building is made of glass. The sun can shine through onto you while you sit and enjoy your tea or coffee. There's another small greenhouse next to it. In this greenhouse, they're growing flowers. They're all the same type of flowers, I think, but they're all in different colors. I'm going to follow this path underneath this large tree. The tree's branches spread out really wide over the path and the grass. Further along the path, there's a gazebo for you to sit in. A gazebo is a small outdoor structure with a roof where you can sit and rest. I've spotted a butterfly beneath the tree next to the gazebo. Its wings have vibrant blue dots along the edges. Vibrant colours are bright and strong. The sunlight coming through the trees also makes the leaves look vibrant. Along the path, I've spotted 2 small statues of wombats. This park is named after wombats, but I don't think any real wombats live in this park. These statues are much larger than a real wombat. It's autumn in Australia right now, which means that some of the trees here are losing their leaves. A lot of the leaves are turning bright yellow. The ground is covered in crunchy leaves. In Daylesford, autumn is one of the most popular seasons to visit because the trees look so beautiful. At the beginning of autumn, the trees in Daylesford start to change colour. Many of the buildings in town look old-fashioned, which also makes the town feel very charming. I've almost walked all the way to the other side of the park. I'll walk down this slope, past these houses, and find something for lunch. A slope is ground or a road that goes up or down at an angle instead of being flat. I'll cross the road and head into the cafe. Hi, I'm just by myself. Is there a room for one person? There's a table free outside in front of the leaves.
You ready to order?
Yeah, I'll have a flat white with soy milk, please.
Flat white, soy, anything to eat?
Yeah, and I'd also like to get the Mediterranean ciabatta.
Mediterranean ciabatta.
Yeah, without aioli. If
There's
that's
no
okay.
aioli on the ciabatta.
Oh, it says on the menu that it comes
Aioli
aioli.
for the chips. It
Oh.
comes with chips and aioli.
Right, okay. I don't need aioli for the chips, thanks.
Okay, that's fine.
Thanks so much.
Won't be long.
My meal was so much bigger than I thought it would be. It was tasty, but a little salty. I ate most of it, but I want to take the rest home with me to eat later. I'll go inside and ask the staff for a box to take it away in. Inside the cafe, they're also selling jams, sauces, and other specialty ingredients to cook with. Specialty ingredients are ingredients that are unique or not usually found in an ordinary supermarket. The vibe in here feels charming and rustic. Rustic means simple, old-fashioned, and cozy. Hi, I was just at the table outside.
No worries, that's $32, thank you. Do you want to take the rest with you?
Yeah, I do, thanks. Do you have a small box or something?
Yeah, I'll grab it.
I put the other half of my sandwich in the takeaway box and put it in my bag for later. I'm a little full from lunch, so I'm going to take a stroll through the main street of the town. There's a huge bookshop in town that sells new and second-hand books. I'll cross the road and head inside. The walls are lined with books. The shelves are packed from the floor to the ceiling. They sell so many different kinds of books in here. I found a book from the 1970s about Australian birds. If a book is illustrated, it means that it contains pictures or drawings. In this book, they're using photographs instead of drawings. There's also a book about identifying flowers. To identify something means to recognize and understand what something is. There are so many books in this shop that I wonder how the staff find specific books so quickly. They also have a collection of vintage Australian magazines. These magazines were popular in the 70s too. They have articles about life and culture, and some are filled with recipes. It's pretty funny to look at them now in 2026. They only cost 20 cents to buy. You can't buy anything for 20 cents now. This town is known for its vintage items too. Vintage usually means something old that comes from an earlier time period, but is still valuable or stylish today. There's a really large warehouse full of all kinds of vintage items that's just down the road. Let's head back downstairs. I've got to walk past this church and go through to the other side of town to get there. The weather today is mild. Mild weather is not too hot and not too cold. It feels comfortable outside. The air feels crisp and fresh. The air in the country often feels fresh and clean because there are fewer cars and less pollution than there is in the city. After a short walk, I've made it to the vintage markets. There's a large truck out the front that acts as the sign for the store. It's got a rocket on the back of the truck. The truck has rusted. The metal has turned brown after being outside for a long time. It's starting to get a little windy. I'll walk past this huge welcome sign at the entrance to the car park and head towards the entrance of the store. This is the kind of shop that sells lots of little trinkets. A trinket is a small, decorative object that people buy for fun or to display in their home, like these 3 blue fish. They sell vintage clothes too, like these furry coats. I'm not sure if they're made with real fur or not. If you wanted to renovate your house, you could use these tiles, which are also from the 1970s. Renovating means improving or changing part of a house or a building. I found some paintings that I liked in the corner by a window. These are oil paintings of the Australian landscape nearby to this town. The canvases are different shapes, mostly rectangular, and they all have a different style of frame. A canvas is the fabric that the artist paints on, and a frame is the border around a painting or a picture. I really like this painting. The price tag says that it's only $55. I'm tempted to buy it, but I might have a look around and come back later. Tempted means you really want to do something or are drawn to something. Behind the paintings, there are boxes of old number plates. A number plate is usually on the front of a car and shows the registration number. These number plates all look like they were on American cars, not Australian cars. There's a glass cabinet displaying jewellery. There are 3 ring boxes with diamond rings inside. They're on a little platform that rotates around so you can see each ring without touching them. The next cabinet is stocked with brooches. A brooch is a piece of jewellery that you pin onto your clothes. The last glass cabinet holds lots of different little items. Can you find the strangest item in the cupboard? There's a glass eye in the cupboard. It looks kind of realistic, which makes it a little creepy. Creepy means strange, uncomfortable, or slightly scary. Through here, there's sun streaming in through the windows. There are all of these different wind chimes hanging next to each other in the window. I can hear the wind chimes softly tinkling in the breeze. There's a birdhouse hanging above the wind chimes. I'll walk past the wind chimes to this small outdoor area where they sell trinkets for your garden. They have small statues of chickens sitting all together. And this pot is full of ceramic mushrooms. If something is ceramic, it means that it's made from clay. What do you think of these cute little ladybugs or ducks walking all together? Back inside, I found some vintage technology. Over here is a vinyl record player. You lift the lid, place a record on the turntable, and carefully lower the needle onto it. I actually have a record player just like this in my apartment. These are vintage hairbrushes that look much older than the record player. They're actually pretty heavy, and the bristles on the brush look quite rough. Hanging up on the wall, I noticed some old painted carnival posters. These posters must be from decades ago. A decade is 10 years, so decades ago could be 10, 20, 50, or 70 years ago. It just means a long time. There's a lot of things around here that must have been from an old carnival. This is a carnival game where you place a ball in the mouth of this clown, and then the ball will drop down into a lane below. The lane your ball lands in determines if you win or lose. To determine something means to decide the result of something. A lot of people find clowns to be a little creepy too. Perhaps it's their big, smiling faces. I hope you're not scared of clowns and watching this video. I also found some funhouse mirrors. They reflect in different ways. The second mirror makes me look long and tall. And the third mirror makes me look short and squashed. These are vintage tools. Tools are objects used for building, repairing, or fixing things. This is a hammer. It's pretty heavy too. You use a hammer to hit nails into wood. These are axes. They have a sharp side used for cutting wood. This is a screwdriver. You use it to tighten or loosen screws. A lot of people use tools for DIY projects. DIY means do it yourself. It means repairing or building things by yourself. These are drill bits. A drill bit is the sharp metal part attached to the drill that cuts into wood. I like the swirly shape. Do you enjoy walking around big vintage stores like this? Perhaps you're someone who prefers not to have too much clutter around your house. Clutter means having too many objects in one space. It can make things feel messy or crowded. Maybe you prefer looking at modern stores selling new items. Or maybe you enjoy collecting little vintage trinkets and decorations. Places like this are fun because you never know what unusual thing you'll discover. Every shelf has something different to look at. It's time for me to leave the markets and head home from the countryside. It was a great day trip from Melbourne. Thanks for walking with me. What do you call a short trip where you return home on the same day? A day trip. What word means a slow and relaxed walk? A stroll. What word means to repair or improve a building or a house? Renovate. How do you describe too many objects in one space so it feels messy or crowded? It's full of clutter. How can you describe something strange, uncomfortable, or slightly scary? Creepy. What is it called when you really want to do something or are drawn to something? You're tempted. What is a DIY project? Do it yourself. It's something you build or repair by yourself. Thanks so much for joining me today, and thank you so much to the members of my channel. If you'd like a little extra support learning English, members of my channel can download a PDF script and get bonus listening and speaking practice videos every month. Where would you like to go next? And which everyday English topics would you like to practice more? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you, please subscribe for more simple Australian English practice. See you next time.